Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you had a good weekend. Monday, 6/27/2022. We're gonna look at a little stock market news. Some GME. Look at this crazy price action. SPX options we have. Market's squeezy right now. Got a couple of the squeezier plays making moves. Sub up, like up, comment down. Happy Money sticks around. We have Twitter you can follow us on at Happy Money YT, as well as a Discord server. Link for those are in the description. Shared a little mobile video on Webull over the weekend. The Webull TA is actually kind of cool. I like it. Yeah, so first thing, Hood. There was rumor of Hood and FTX guy acquiring Hood or something. That's kind of just coming out. So Hood's ripping up on it. No details yet. Let's see, I shared it in hot news here. FTX crypto thinking about acquiring Hood. So yeah, we'll see what that happens with that. It halted and now it's up here, and there's no price target or anything on it yet, so just news hype at this point. AMC is making a run today, up 13%. I mean, the chart looks good on it. Increasing volume. We've got bullish MACD. This is a nice big green candle over the 9 moving average. Yeah, this thing looks like it could do well. The price action on it compared to GME has been pretty different lately, as you see here. It's just they've diverged. There's the theory about the AMC swap theory, which I don't have it memorized, but basically their market caps they're trying to keep AMC's market cap greater than GME's, and when it's not, there's kind of a disturbance in the force and they have to bring it back up. So AMC's market cap right now is 7.3 billion, GME's is 9.9. So yeah, we'll see if AMC does have to kind of flip back to larger company. I think GME will then rip after, just according to that theory, more or less. I don't dive into it, but you can check it out. It's shared on our Discord. SPY today kind of just held up in this range. I'm still bullish on it. So it's coming up. We've got about 45 minutes to close. If you remember inverse head and shoulders we were talking about, so we rallied off of that. Our bullish SPY plays worked well, and nice bull flag in Friday, but it was overbought quite a bit. So today it's just kind of actually chopped in this same range. There was some data that came out today. Was it Dallas Fed manufacturing data and then housing market data? I think the housing market was bullish. It beat, and then the manufacturing missed expectations. I think SPY probably will keep rallying at this point still. I'll probably fill this gap up to about 400. But maybe not, because if you look back here on our little bear market rally, we had about 3 days and then it consolidated. So this could be our 3 days, and now we might just consolidate and then come down. I'm not calling it that way yet, but if we don't break out and just, we start to consolidate, then not sure another move up to fill that gap will be in the cards before SPY makes a new low. At this point, though, I think it's still too early, because I think it's got the momentum to go up. And back here, we could see it. We could see it coming. We saw the rally, and then it slowed down, and then we saw the head and shoulders. And it was like, all right, well, it's probably going to come down. And then it did. That was a pretty violent couple days there. But this one, don't have any signs of reversal yet. So just kind of wait and see where the momentum goes. It still looks bullish. Hourly still bullish. Hasn't crossed bearish on the MACD here. Still have big green over the 9. Yeah, so good on that front. GameStop hasn't really been following SPY as of late. Kind of since ETF rebalancing and that OPEX. I guess that was Friday when SPY was ripping and they just dumped GME. So this is kind of the second day where it's following more than it was on Friday, but it's not following it that closely. It's pretty sporadic today, actually. This morning was a pretty serious short to get it down. Had it down like $7-8 for a while. I'll show you the option plays we did here in a second, but then right about 2:15, margin calls at 2. So we hear, and just random, sporadic, big volume comes in, big spike, and then they just crushed it back down. So I like seeing this. Just this gives me basically confirmation of the theory of GameStop being manipulated and GameStop being kind of this idiosyncrasy risk, and because this is abnormal to other stocks. And it also moved with AMC at that point too, so hard to know what's exactly going on. I'm still bullish on it because we still have all the momentum that we need as far as the TA shows me. Our MACD still haven't let it cross bearish, and 4 hour did flip bearish, and even today if we came down lower, it wouldn't have been a big deal. I feel like if they do bring it down more, we'll probably just find one of these supports, this 120, 115, somewhere in there, just retesting those supports. That being said, historically they like to dump it on Friday to kill options chain as well as weekend sentiment, I would say. So they did that on Friday, and then Monday they don't have obligations because that's T+1 supposedly. I mean, it is T+1, but so typically Friday, Monday could be red days, or historically are more red days on GME, and then historically Tuesdays, Wednesdays are better for GME, and even Thursdays. That's not to say we don't have big Mondays and big Fridays. That has happened, but on average it's bigger Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So for tomorrow, I'll be looking at it pretty close, and my weekly stuff I'll probably be getting out of for this week, unless it's a big move tomorrow. But I'm expecting a bit of hoping for a little bit of a bump tomorrow. If not, I don't think the run will continue. I think tomorrow, potentially next day, or make it break it for this shorter term run, basically by next Friday, which is the 8th. The run could happen this week, but might happen next week, and 4 days on options is not enough, or even 3. So my spreads and stuff for this week, I'm planning on trying to close them tomorrow if we do get a rally. Unless if we're breaking like 144 or 145, 150, then I'll probably hold the ones closer to the money and get rid of the ones that are further out of the money, more or less. Just because of time decay, it affects the options for out of the money at a faster rate. So yeah, that's kind of my plan. And then we have exposure for the week after and the week after. Yeah, boxed, it's holding up strong. I don't have any positions on it at this point. The options, this 2.5 strike, it moves around. It doesn't move a whole lot. They doubled, I think, from yesterday's very lowest to today's very highest. I think it was like 40s low yesterday or Friday, and the high today was like 80. So for a 20% move, I think it had. It's not a whole lot of movement on there, but they are still moving, so you could play that. Looks like Hood is settling down at 920 range. Red box is kind of getting clobbered. These other hypey ones. Rev as well. Rev looks like it could just be consolidating though for another move. Very speculative though. Red box looks like the momentum's died. See where it finds support, if any. AMC was the big play today. That is for sure. These other hype ones, Clove, looked into getting into it. Looks all right. Try looks all right. And volume's increasing a little bit. Would like to see more volume there. Even UONE, Build-A-Bear, all the OGs coming out. Newegg actually looks pretty nice. I might start doing little YouTube shorts, just like stock picks. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Just those like 15 minutes. Just a quick little TA on like 2 or 3 stocks that look like they want to rally or look like they want to drop. And yeah, might try that out. Our options, here we are. So I opened up a bullish SPX one today, just because I'm still bullish on the SPY, but today it's kind of slowing down. We'll see what happens. Here's the one I had open from yesterday that I had rolled. This is for Thursday, I think. Yeah. So it's a 3085, 3820 on SPX, and it's at 390 right now. So good on that one. And this one, it's closer to the money, of course, because I just opened it. I usually get them about at the money. And then market maker gives you odds of about 50-50 chance. And if you're right, you double your money, more or less. So if you can kind of get the trend right, it's a pretty easy way to get 100% option plays, more or less, as opposed to buying calls. And then, you know, sometimes they go to 5,000%. Most of the time they just go down. But even if they get to 100%, how do you know you're going to close then and not try and wait longer and then it goes back down to 50%? So that's why I like the credit spreads kind of close to the money. You can usually get about 100%, and all it has to do is stay above or below that price. It doesn't have to really perform in a certain way as far as with velocity. So I like that. Yeah, history today. That's the only play opened up. So good on me for not over trading. I did have a couple orders open, then I'm like, I'll just cancel them. I'm fine to build up some cash. I need to build up cash. I want to make sure I'm not letting money burn in my pocket and just let it marinate. That's good. So this morning, so GME, when it closed on Friday, it closed at 136, but then they like shorted it in the last microsecond down to 135. So I had short puts at 136 and they got assigned. So then I had the shares and I was like, I would have rolled it. I would have closed it for less than, I had an order out for the minimum, never filled. Should have had it for 2 cents instead of 1. But anyway, so I actually closed those shares today and then reopened short puts. I lost a little bit on that trade because by the time I closed the shares, it was down to whatever the low of the day, more or less. I was thinking about holding them and I'm like, I can't do that on this account. I'll just get in trouble with margin. So anyways, back into short puts on here. I picked a 122, which was like a 30 delta for weeklies. So this is basically four put contracts I sold, and I received $1,500 of credit to sell them, which I get right away. And then at the end of the week, if GameStop is above 122, it expires worthless. I keep the money and I keep going. If it's below that, then I either have a choice to buy the shares at 122 or roll it down, close it, and open up another one with a lower strike, which is what I will be doing if it's below 122. So I did that on the Fidelity account and also on our Thinkorswim. This one I timed it too early. I need to have patience with opening up these short puts. Sometimes I'm too excited. This one I did a 30 delta also, but it was earlier in the day, so it was higher. The 30 delta was 128. So here's a 128 short put. I received $470 credit for this one. And basically, yeah, same deal. It has to close above 128. If it doesn't, I'll roll it down to a lower strike. This account also has my 110 covered call and then my 120 leap in here. So back on the Theta farm, GME short put here on Webull, also 128, opened up a little early. So yeah, got all the harvest going. As far as GameStop, it looks good. Today's bounce definitely added some confidence. I was looking pretty bad this morning, and I was still bullish on it. I'm going to be bullish on it probably until the daily flips bearish. If that happens, if we get that red under the 9 moving average, daily bearish MACD. Given that'll be late, that'll be after the move. You know, maybe this was the top right here, this 148 on that candle, but since I'm trading lagging indicators, not trying to necessarily time the tops and bottoms, more catching the momentum. Yeah, I'll be a little late on it, so that's just kind of the way I play it, because timing the tops and bottoms is a fool's errand, I believe. So that said, I still try and time them quite often, more often than I should, and get burned sometimes it works, but consistency and your track record over the long term is what's going to help you make it. So anyways, big rip here, margin calls, who knows, got rejected a bit there. This is my 180 moving average right here, but I'm hopeful for tomorrow, mostly because it's a Tuesday and we're still in a bullish formation here. Our weekly bull flag is still holding up nicely with that nice bullish MACD. We really haven't had a weekly bull flag like this, or even weekly momentum that's held up and consolidated so well. Like here's a nice big weekly candle and bullish MACD, but then the thing just melted down. Back here, didn't really hardly get it at all. Back here, no, same sort of just spike. We really haven't had that, if you want to get really stoked, since back here, since GME was $4. And it went bullish on that daily, or sorry, weekly. And it stayed bullish MACD. Everything stayed over the 9 moving average up until here, May. That's when it finally flipped bearish. So if we can keep this bullish MACD on the weekly, we might be in a zone like this, where we just start grinding up and making higher supports and breaking new resistances from a higher level. So I'm not really trading on the weekly, but I like to get a more broad perspective. Most of my trading, I guess, is hourly and daily, 5-minute, 4-hour. I use those time frames mostly. So yeah, basically we're looking for a solid hold or a bit of a rally tomorrow. If it dumps 4 or 5% more, that'll flip my indicators bearish, and I'll think probably this zone right here is kind of like this zone where we're going to come down. If it holds, then I'm thinking, I don't know what zone we're in, but I think we could rip rally. GME likes to rally on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays. It likes to rally at the end of months, coming into new months. We are at the end of this month, coming into a new month. So I am bullish on it for the time being. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you on Discord. Peace out.